putting a photograph into your nail art with Shrinky Dinks by Hotpinkzebrapolish. Hi everyone, in today's video we are going to start doing a fun little series of Shrinky Dink designs. So this is part one, and this is one that I don't know if it's my favorite because I like the other ones as well, but I love that it's a picture of the two of us. So this kind of Shrinky Dink is their inkjet Shrinky Dinks, the kind that you can put through your printer. So you can print out a photo or whatever you want, and then you can Shrinky Dink it, and you can make it into a nail, which is kind of what I've been playing around with. It's such a weird idea that I came up with in the middle of the night once. Like I said, I've been playing around with it, and I have 3 different ideas that I'm going to be doing throughout this little thing. There's four designs, but 3 different concepts, basically. So this one is going to be the picture with the two of us and some rhinestones and a little bit of pink and some glitter. I hope you guys like it as much as I do, and don't forget to click subscribe to see all my future videos as well. So to start with, here are the Shrinky Dinks in case you've never heard of them or you don't know what I'm talking about. And so these are the ones that, like I said, they're inkjet, so they can go through your printer, and there's 6 sheets in the pack. And so I'm just going to pull out one of them, and they look basically like a piece of printer paper. They're white and have that same texture. So stick that in your printer before you print, or you're going to print it on regular paper and go, oh man, I have to print it again, which I did. Then you're going to want to take and you're going to measure the nail. So you're going to measure it from sidewall to sidewall, and then the length that you want the nail to be at the end, and multiply your measurements by 3. So my nail is a 1/2 inch wide, so multiplying that by 3, 1.5 inches. The length ended up, I want it to be 3 3/4 inch approximately. So on my computer, I'm going to take and I'm going to, on a document, I'm going to make a little shape that's the size that I want this to be, so I know it's the right size, and I'm going to grab the picture I want and upload it into that little frame that I made. And depending on your computer, this is going to look so different. It's going to be a much different way of doing this. I have an Apple, so this is how it works for me. After you have your picture done, print it. The one thing I would like to say is print out as many things as you want on your page at once, because once you print on it and then you cut it out, you can't put it back through the printer, and that's a pretty big waste of Shrinky Dink material. So if you're going to make a whole bunch of nails, try to print them all on one piece of the Shrinky Dink paper stuff. Then cut it out. First, I'm just going to cut it out on my little rectangular lines, and then I'm going to take and I'm going to round out the top corners for where it'll fit against the cuticle. So I'm just going to kind of just take the scissors and round out the top. Kind of fits right along the line of my hair, which is funny. After you cook it, immediately, do not waste any time here. Take it out of the oven and wrap it around a nail. The more time you waste, the more difficult it's going to be, because they get hard fast. And if you have to, you can throw them back in the oven and re-soften them and then reapply them. I think I ended up doing that one 3 times to get the shape that I wanted. So just keep that in mind that you can do that. After you have that and it's the shape you want, it's got the nice C curve, take it out, and on the paper, on these ones that you make on this printer paper stuff, you can only file the inside of it. So file the inside of your Shrinky Dink to give it a little bit thinner edges around basically around every edge, actually, now that I say that. So just take your E-file and just thin out, especially the cuticle and the sidewalls where it's going to fit onto your nail, because otherwise it's going to have a super thick edge. And you can't file the top because that's going to file off your picture, so just keep that in mind. Then glue it either to your nail or to a nail tip. And then I'm going to actually be doing this with gel. I know I said this for a different video recently, the salt one, that I didn't exactly know how acrylic monomer would react with this, so I went with gel. Same thing here. I thought it was definitely possible the acrylic would sort of melt the Shrinky Dink, so I figured gel was a safer bet. And so if you do try it with acrylic, let me know if it works. I'd love to. I prefer acrylic, but I've been trying to get into gel more, so I figured I'd give it a go with this one. But in case the Shrinky Dink, and blend out the cuticle especially, that's kind of the main focus here. After you have that layer on, the Shrinky Dink itself is super strong, so you don't really have to worry about adding too much strength to this. Take it out, cleanse it, flip it over, and as you can see, I don't know if you actually can see it, but there's a little gap in the underside, which is probably going to happen. It just is sort of unless you guys are amazing with Shrinky Dinks and nails, which would be phenomenal. But fill that in with some more of the gel, and then apply gel sealer and cure that. And now I'm going to take my E-file. I'm going to gently just file it. As you can see, I did file off some of my picture because there's that nice ever-growing white halo above my head, which is where your pink polish comes into play. So cover up that gap. I think it's more important to have a nice smooth cuticle area than to have the picture go all the way to the edge. So I mean, that's up to you. I thought that was just a better option. But then I'm going to take that light pink gel polish and just kind of create a reverse French manicure appearance by adding a little line of that going across the cuticle area. Cure it, and then apply just some glitter. I think glitter goes with absolutely everything, so I'm going to be adding some glitter over that light pink, and then just over the bottom where there is just arms and stuff in the picture that doesn't really matter, not our faces or anything, but yeah. Then before I cure that glittery gel, I'm going to be adding a black rhinestone and then 2 really pretty little holographic studs that are pink in the top area, and then applying a layer of gel sealer over the whole shebang. Cure it one final time, and that's it. This is so awesome. Definitely before you print your Shrinky Dinks, look up all the instructions. You have to kind of mess with the pigmentation levels and things before you print them to get them to turn out right, but you can all look at that in your own pack. So I hope you guys like this as much as I do, and check back for the rest of the Shrinky Dink videos. Like I said, I will have a couple more in the coming days, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!